Now let us search the origins of public policy in ancient Western thought. Let's talk about two very important philosophers who provided the basis for thinking about political philosophy and for thinking about public policy. As you know, then public policy research and practice has roots in political and moral philosophy, and the ideas of these true Western thinkers also base on morality and ethics. Let's talk about Plato and his book Politeia, which is translated as Republic. In this book, Plato presented a utopia of a perfect society. According to Plato, a perfect society is a society which is ruled by the philosophers, the people who think, the people who contemplate. And according to him, tutored and untutored should not have same powers. The tutored has the right to rule the untutored. In this sense, Plato was critical of democracy because he suspected that common man was unable to rule and participate in policy making. And according to Plato, ruling was a specialized skill, and only skilled and specialist people like philosophers, the people specialized in contemplation, thinking, were uh, were able to rule, and they should be provided with the positions in the government. And Aristotle or Aristotle जिनको हम अरस्तु के नाम से याद करते हैं, he is very important philosopher, just like Plato. He thought human beings have natural inclination to politics, to collective life, and human beings were naturally inclined to participate in political life also, and as a result he termed human beings as political animals. And his idea of a political community was polis. Polis mean city, and city or polis, according to Aristotle, was the most comprehensive community for human beings. And according to him, a self-sufficient city where people were able to live well was the best place for human beings and the best form of political community. And he proposed the idea of small city-states which were populated by the middle classes, because he thought the cities which were populated by the middle classes were safer and stable politically. And just like Plato, Aristotle believed that justice required the rule of the most virtuous people, and according to him, the most virtuous people were the best managers of the polis or the city proposed by him as political community. And Aristotle thought that justice and political management require that the most superior men rule the city, and most superior men, according to Aristotle, are the people who are the most virtuous. And he proposes that all of the citizens obey the most virtuous or the most superior men. And according to Aristotle, the best possible regime was a regime which provided leisure to its people, especially leisure for the higher things. And a state, if it had to exist, must provide good life to its citizens, not just the life. So we look at the ideas of Plato and Aristotle. Both provide idealist or ideal kind of conditions, or they prescribe ideal kinds of rules for selecting or choosing rulers, and they also provide ideas for organizing societies. So their ideas are very useful for policy makers of modern times and policy students and policy scholars of modern times, because they are also confronted with the questions such as who should rule, how he should rule, which kinds of societies we should make, how big the cities should be. So these kinds of questions are very important for modern life, and these questions have been addressed by these philosophers.